What's up guys, Nick Anderson here, and what I want to do for you guys throughout the course of this video is elaborate on some concepts and ideas that I've kind of talked about in previous videos, but I'm just going to go a little bit more in depth. And over the past couple of weeks I've had some realizations about a few things that I want to share with you guys. And I received a message actually on Facebook the other day from someone. I'm not going to name who it is. If you're watching this video, you probably know who you are, but they were asking me, when I make a YouTube video, for example, how do I get someone to contact me and want to join my team? So there's a few different ways I could answer this question, but I just kind of want to share with you how I went about it in the beginning, because if you're going to make content online and you're going to provide people with value through videos, if that's like one of the main promotion methods that you want to go with and you want to start attracting people through your videos, there's a way that you have to do it. And think of it like this, you guys. I've given this example before, but every single video that you make, whatever you're talking about in the video, it's like what you're doing is you're putting together a brick, okay? And what you're doing is you're placing the brick on the ground. Now, here's what happens with a lot of people and their intention with this. If they think they're going to strike it rich, if they're going to build a massive organization just off one video, that's like taking a single brick and throwing it on the sidewalk, hoping that someone's going to walk by and like just be amazed at it. When someone sees a brick on the ground, what do they think? They think it probably broke off from a wall, a building, or something much bigger, right? They're not going to think it's a building, right? It's just a single brick. So if you make one video expecting it to strike it rich, that's not going to happen, you guys. The chances of that for not only you, but for your entire organization to do that, very, very slim to none. So where you're going to excel in video marketing is through consistency. Staying consistent, staying repetitive, day after day, providing value, providing content. And if you don't know what to make videos about, you guys, here's exactly what I do. There's a concept and an idea that's been taught, I believe it was by Jim Rohn who originally taught this. I could be wrong here, it could be someone else, but regardless, it's called study, do, teach, okay? And now, it's very simple, easy to understand. What should you be studying though? You should be studying from people who have the results that you want. You should be listening to audios, reading books, and attending events. And the reason why those three things right there is because that's going to put the kind of information that you need in your unconscious mind. So it's going to start to dictate the way you perceive the world and the way that you start perceiving problems and little obstacles to overcome, to where you're going to continue to stay consistent, to where it's going to keep you motivated on a day after day basis, and to where you're going to have that value that you can give out in every single one of your videos. It just gives you the right information, because if you're not studying the right stuff, if you're watching the news every single day, reading the newspaper, and paying attention to the negative influence that the media is trying to portray on you, then you're not going to have a positive outlook on life, and it's just going to be very hard to be able to speak in any video. So you should be studying stuff. But here's a big mistake that people make. They get trapped in the study mode. They never make it to the do or the teach, right? They just sit there and they're like the bookworm of their company. They probably know more than the top leader in their business, but they're wondering, scratching their head, like, why don't I have any results yet? I'm not making any money. I don't have a big team yet, because they're not doing anything. Action is the bridge between the mental world, like the spiritual world, whatever you want to call it, and the physical world, between the result, what you're actually living, the lifestyle that you're living. So when you start studying this stuff, when you start hearing these audios, listening to these videos, do it, apply it, you guys. Take action on what they're saying. Fall forward quickly. You don't have to be great to start. You just have to start in order to be great. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are how you learn. Contrary to popular belief, what we learned in school, how if you make a mistake, you get an F on a test, that's a bad thing. In the real world, you guys, in the business world, that's how you learn. You make mistakes and you're like, okay, that gives me learning experiences, that gives me reference experiences to where I can tell that story later down the road. I made mistakes in the beginning. My first year, when I joined my health and nutrition company, I made videos for an entire year and I didn't get a single sign up from that. Now, some people might ask, well, you're pretty crazy. Why would you keep making videos? Because it's my passion. It's what I love to do. When I was in high school, I took a video broadcasting class. I actually made the video announcements for our high school, so I had fun with that. I was going to go off to college and I was going to study video, but I switched majors several different times, trying to pursue a bunch of different passions all at once. I was just very confused, didn't know what to do. So video is my passion. So if video isn't your passion, maybe speaking about a specific topic could be your passion, and you could talk about that in your videos. Now, by doing that, you have the right information in your unconscious mind. You're listening to audios, you're reading books, you're attending events, you're doing it, you're actually taking action on it, you're applying it in your life, you're falling forward quickly, making mistakes, because mistakes are how you learn. And by doing that, you're going to be getting those reference experiences. And when you gain those reference experiences, then you could teach those to other people. You could teach them the mistakes that you made and how you've gotten past those mistakes. So study, do, teach. Because when you teach it to people, that's how you concrete it in your unconscious mind to where that reference experiences becomes like a block of stone, you guys. And for every single piece of content, for every single video that you make, that you put out there, brick by brick by brick, soon you have a wall. And now I want you to ask yourself this: how big do you want your business to be? Do you want it to just be a wall? Do you want it to be a building? Or do you want it to be an empire? In order to build a bigger business, obviously you got to put out a lot more content out there. Some of the videos that I make only get like 10 views, while others get thousands of views, you guys. I never know which video is going to strike it big, which video is going to get me a lot of engagement. That's okay, You don't have to just plan out, plan, because if you aim, you're never going to fire and you're never going to take action. It's almost like you have to get ready, you fire, and then you aim. You get ready, you take action, then you recalculate on some things that you made a mistake on, you reevaluate, you readjust, and then you fire again, then maybe you recalculate again. So study, do, teach. That's a very basic concept, you guys. Now, in the online marketing world, there's 3 C's to marketing. It's called create content, capture leads, convert sales. When you're creating content, that's where the study, do, teach comes in, and you could do that through videos. In my opinion, if you're gonna do online marketing, videos are the most powerful tool that you can use to brand yourself. Why? Because it's different than a picture, it's different than text, it's different than like an Instagram post, because people can hear your voice, they can see you. And there's a crazy part of the mind, I believe it's like the frontal cortex, that cannot tell the difference between someone that is speaking in a video to where you're listening to them on an audio, hearing their voice, and a live person that is right there with you in person. It's the same part of the brain that feels so good when you give. You want to know why it feels so good to give to other people, make a contribution? Is because that brain can't tell the difference between giving and receiving. Because when you give, it's almost like you're receiving it. So when you're providing value, you're teaching, it's the same part of the brain that thinks you're receiving the content, you're receiving the value yourself. So that's why I just love making videos, you guys. You have to fall in love with the process. You can't fall in love with the result. It's just like if you're gonna plant a tree, an apple tree, if you're planting the tree for the purpose and the intention to gather the fruits, when the fruits come, there's never gonna be enough. There will never be enough. You're gonna look at all the apples growing, you're gonna say, well, why can't there be more? Why can't there be more? It's just like if you're building your business with the intention to make money and to just grow an organization, make money, produce profit, there's never gonna be enough money at the end of the road. You have to grow a tree just with to love the process. You gotta love to water the roots, you guys. Water the roots and the tree will grow. Just like if you're making videos, you just gotta love the process. You gotta love what you're talking about. You gotta love what you're speaking about. And if you're not living the type of lifestyle that you want to live yet, I know you probably see a lot of my videos where I'm traveling, having fun, skiing, doing all this different stuff, and you're like, well, if I can't do any of that, I don't have the money to go travel, to go on vacation. I didn't in the beginning. You want to know what I did? I studied, I did it, and I taught it. I studied personal development. I listened to the greats, Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Eric Worre, Zig Ziglar, and that put the right information into my mind, into my unconscious mind, and by studying, I actually did it. I applied it. I got after it, you guys. I made a lot of mistakes. When I started speaking in my first videos, I was fumbling all over myself. I did not know how to structure stories, ideas, analogies, and examples in a way that you could understand, in a way that would actually motivate you to take action. It was just kind of like me trying to just spit out information and just stuttering all over the place. By doing it over and over and over again, getting upwards of 100 videos, that's how I got a lot better at constructing my stories. And I've still got a long ways to go. I'm not perfect at all, you guys. Over the next 10 years, watch, I'm only 22 years old. By the time I'm 30 years old, watch how much I'm going to improve. I'm in love with the process. I'm in love in what I'm becoming in the process, the person that I'm becoming down the road. A year ago, you should have seen me. I was very shy, very uncomfortable in front of other people, things like that. And now I'm just getting more confident. So as you guys do this, it's just just kind of like a personal network marketing is really like a personal development course disguised as, you know, a money-making opportunity. And when you're starting to brand yourself, online, offline, however you guys want to do it, just understand if you're going to do it online, videos are by far the best way. You can actually combine the two. You know, just a quick little story before I wrap this up. I know we're closing in on 10 minutes here. Okay, so the video died right when I was about to close it out for you guys. I guess that's like kind of my cue to hurry it up. But the quick story that I want to tell you before I close this out is back when my first year in business, when I was doing home events, I would do the offline marketing methods. The only online thing I did was videos, and I didn't get any results. So I didn't really stay as consistent as I would like with it. I was kind of falling in and out. So what I did was I just did event after event after event. And one big problem with it was, well, if I stopped doing the events, it was kind of like, you know, I was like putting sand. I was making sand castles. You know, I was scooping up a bucket of sand, I was turning it around, and I was dumping it down on the beach. Instead of a brick placing out of the ground, I put a little tiny castle right there, and I would start stacking them up, stacking them up, stacking it up. So the more events I did, the higher the pile of sand, right? And the better events I did, the cooler the sculpture looked. So one thing that happened was when I stopped doing that type of stuff and I would go to a different area, the team that would be in one area, if they didn't do events, it would slowly start to crumble. Just like if you walk away from a sandcastle, what happens is, when you walk away for a couple hours, you know, the high tide's going to come in. It's going to slowly start to eat away the bottom. It's going to start to fall down. Or a little kid's going to come by and karate kick the shit out of it. You're going to knock it down. You come back a few hours later, and the whole thing is just crumbled. Now, what I've seen in the industry is a lot of top leaders, they build strictly off home events, which is awesome. You know, if they love doing that, if that's their passion, just like making videos is mine, that's great. More power to them. More power to you. It's perfect. That's awesome. But if you stop doing it, what happens? If you don't record it in videos, if you don't brand that out there, it's like the sandcastle, it's just going to slowly start to fall apart. People are slowly going to start to leave. So in order to incorporate both of these together, offline marketing and online marketing, you sort of need like a blueprint. You need a map, because making videos isn't just enough. Because if you're making a bunch of videos and you don't know how to market them out there, you don't know how to get the right people in front of your videos, the right eyes to watch your content, to engage in it, it's kind of like you're making a bunch of bricks and you're just kind of throwing them in a pit. You know, you could throw a bunch of bricks to where the pit just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but it's kind of like a pile of rubble, you know? The more valuable the content, the cooler pile of rubble. It's like a pile of art, right? So, but you want something that is structured. You know, every single building, every single empire that's built, when Rome was built, they had a blueprint for it. They had a map of where each wall was going to be placed, and, you know, where everything was going to be structured to where it fit congruently with each other. So if you want to learn the exact structure that I actually used when I transitioned from my first company to my second business, and what I did, how I built my entire organization through videos, through online marketing. I actually enrolled, I think it was like over 300 people without prospecting, without doing the home events and stuff. If you want to do the home events and make videos of your events, recording that could be the piece of value that you're giving out to your audience. But you need to build a list. You need to build that following. In order to build a quick following, I actually made a walkthrough video. You can click the link beneath this. I'm going to be like the first link if you're watching this on YouTube. Just click the link below and it'll take you to that video, and watch that. Gives a detailed walkthrough on how you can structure and format your blueprint to where every single video that you make, you're distributing that out to a list of targeted leads, targeted people that are going to be engaged in everything that you're selling. So to close this out, you guys, just remember, study, do, teach, listen to the information of people that have the results that you want, provide value, take action, fall forward quickly, get after it, start making videos, start putting content out there. But I'm going to head to the gym right now. You guys get some personal development in, listen to some audios while I'm running, while I'm working out. That's like the routine I follow, and I encourage you guys to do the same thing. So with that being said, you guys, feel free, click the link below, check out the video on the other side, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.